In this video, we are going to continue to talk about families and their customization and creation. We are also going to talk about a really important part of Revit, which is the creation of 3D terrains using topography and level curves. So we're going to see how to create also additional components and families concerning this part of the project. So let's get started, and I'm gonna close here these panels so we can start as usual from the previous lesson where we talked about creating additional components and families and customize also the existing families that we can get from libraries, and also how to create our customized families from zero, from scratch, designing, for example, this table here and other stuff that we saw in the previous video, and also custom profiles for the mullions and other elements in the project. So we're gonna start with the infinite top view. This will help us to create the site and the Toposurface. So let's start with the Toposurface. I'm gonna click here, and you can see that we can start to place points. Now we have three options when we need to create Toposurfaces. We can create them by placing points just like that randomly, and this is our first level curve. This is how this is called. Or we can create from import. This means that we can create it from AutoCAD or using a, there you go. So you can, well, let me click here, import instance and select it, and then you can specify 0.5 with a file which contains data. Now in this case, I'm gonna use this option here. Now another option is to, let's quit now this first Toposurface. Now another option is to get an image and then work on that image to create the level curves. First of all, I want to show you what level curves look like. So if you search for level curves Toposurface, you will find a series of examples, and you can see that they are represented as curves, and each curve represents a different height on a particular terrain. So by using those curves, you can recreate in 3D that particular terrain, and you will find many different examples. And if you want, you can use one of these images to use it as a base to draw your level curves in Revit. So you can save the image and then use it. This is just a tip. Now also, if we search for JBD Tube level curves SketchUp, I've created another video guide, or let's say tutorial, that will explain to you how you can do this in SketchUp. So just go there and follow that particular guide. Now in this video, I will not explain to you all the process, but you can see here what you can get. You can get like the 3D surface, the image from the satellite, and also the curves. But to get this, you need to do a few steps that are explained in that guide. So I'm just going to show you here that this is what we need actually in Revit to make it work. And these are actually 2D lines or 2D curves. So they are vector graphics. They have segments and vertices inside, and you can see they are like displaced in the z-axis. So you can see that these curves are not in the same plane, but they actually have, each one of these has a different height to represent again the like this hill or a mountain or whatever. So this is what I need to export. So I'm gonna go to File, Export 3D Model, and remember this has to be 3D model, so you can export everything and also in 3D. And I've called these level curves from SketchUp, and I've saved this as a DWG, but you can also save it as a DXF, and anything that is readable by Revit will be good. Now if you find any of these steps too difficult, you can always ask for assistance. You can write in the comments. You can try also to give some suggestions to other users if you want. So this is a community, so you can work in the comments. And here I'm going to go to Toposurface in the side panel right now. And now, well, actually I don't have yet the import. So before we get here, we need to import. So we're gonna go to insert. You can link CAD or you can import CAD. In this case, we're gonna import, and I'm gonna navigate into the folder where I actually have my saved DXF. So there it is, level curves from SketchUp, and I'm gonna bring it in the current view only. Otherwise, I'm gonna find this in every view I'm gonna open, so I don't want to do that. So let's open it and use it right here, because all we need to do is just create that Toposurface. Now, this is also the 3D Toposurface. So let me just explode this. Let me show you in 3D. Okay, so we cannot see that right now. We can only see it in the infinite top view. So we're gonna get rid of this. This is the 3D. So just keep the level curves. Everything else you can delete it. You can also go to visibility graphic override, imported categories, and here you can turn off the location terrain. We don't need that. We just need the level 0. Well, in my case, but essentially you only need the layer where the curves are. Anything else, you don't need it. Okay, now, because it can like mess up your conversion into the Toposurface. So just make sure that you only have the level curves. So I'm gonna go now to the site again, Toposurface. Click on Create from Import and select Import Instance. Once you generate the Toposurface, it's gonna look like a lot of different points. These points are being extracted from the level curves of CAD file. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna delete it because we only need this part here, which is from REVIT. And you can also see there that I've already placed this in the move that into the correct position. But to do that, you can create a section. So let's go to the infinite top view again. So you can see now the Toposurface has been cutted in a particular height. So if you want to change that, remember to go to view range. So we get to set this one higher, so 1000 meter, so that we can see actually everything. Okay, and let's create a section. So view, section, try to go there inside my building. And also I will extend this to see all of the Toposurface, and double click on the section, and let's also extend it into the height. So that's my project right there. Let's change the view. Let's make it shaded so that we can see it better. And you can see I've placed these in a sort of planar part of the Toposurface. I'm gonna show you also how you can do that. But first of all, if you want, you can move it up or down. Just click on move and move it like this. So in this position, the object will be like floating into space. And if I move it too high, it's gonna be like inside the terrain itself, so it's not gonna be visible. So what you need to do is try to create a planar part of the